gonna do that now. I'm like, fuck it. I need barbecue sauce. They'd hate me for that, but that'd be funny as fuck.
Just gotta make sure you record it.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm intentionally gonna go buy like a dash cam from Walmart, like stick it up. Okay, angle it. I don't like that angle. It's not very good. The suction coming to the passenger window. But yeah, I'll just GoPro it on the roof of the car. I'm gonna pull up to the drive-thru as a car in front of me starts ordering. I'm gonna get out of the car and be like, beep. Like, yeah, that's a good angle. Car behind me is like, what the fuck are they doing?
Right.
And then they're gonna just see a pumpkin come out the window. Trick or treat. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I gotta totally do that. Maybe that's what the three of us need to do next time. We go to Rudy's with that little thing, like trick or treat. Like, all right. They're gonna be like, what the fuck's this for? It's like, we need barbecue sauce, bitch. You can give me the whole damn. Go get it off a new bottle off the table for all I fucking care. Just give me something.
Home.
No, not the tack pants.
The tack pants.
No.
Yeah.
I'll take them off. So I'm gonna wash them.
I'm not taking them off right now. Josh is here. Well, welcome everybody to Flatlands, the podcast.
Hey, we're actually doing an intro already. I didn't know why we were going to do that. I was actually going to do that one real quick. Well, I knew you were doing that, but you're also going.
Yeah, I was eating.
Hold on. You should have told me because I had to get prepped and stuff.
Speaking of taking off pants, Josh, if you recall during the Josh Dick episode,
I do not recall.
You do recall.
It was 2 weeks ago.
I was drunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, that's news to us.
I was so drunk.
Because, see, the thing is in the episode, if you remember, we did a thing on our Instagram, Flatlands, the podcast, on Instagram, and we put up a post on our Instagram
stating, comment a thumbs up if you want Josh to compliment dicks in 2020.
And we did also state that however many thumbs up you get, that is how many dicks you have to compliment.
Yes. Well, the results are surprising for both of us here because we both had our opinions on what might happen, and there is 2 comments on it.
Yeah, I know. I kept track.
One from Your Dad Jokes Daily, whoever the fuck that is.
But thank you for your comment.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And triple_BO1. I followed both of them back just because of the fact that they both sent that. I was very happy that she posted as well.
Yep.
So, yes, you have to compliment 2 dicks.
In 2020.
In 2020.
You know, you may have gotten away with it if we would only said humans, because a page isn't a human. So that would have been out. And if we'd have only let dudes do it, then you would have been 100% free. But because we held it open for anything and everything,
you
have to compliment 2 dicks.
I will honor it.
You will.
All right. Because it is February 3rd, the day that this gets released.
Mm-hmm.
And
so basically
you have
we're recording
11 months
to compliment.
We're
2 fucking
recording
dicks
on the 31st of January right now. So basically you have today and tomorrow and the next day. You have 3 days. You have 3 days. Well, technically this day is almost over. So basically 2 more days of where you don't have to honor it yet until this episode posts officially today. When this episode posts. So basically February 3rd till December 31st, you have to compliment at least 3 dicks. Sorry, 2 dicks.
Wow. I just said 2 and you add 3.
Well, I was thinking of February 3rd and then 3 days.
I think he saw the hang up 3.
I was like,
well, welcome to Flatlands Podcast, where Jonathan has no fucking clue what's going on today, apparently.
Second intro.
He cannot. Jonathan, look at me.
Yes, sir.
Now look at Steven.
Yes, sir.
Now look back at me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
How many fingers are in the air? All right. Well, he's definitely able to see straight.
It was like that time we decided to play Black Ops. Remember? The bots? And we're just like, we're getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
And we're just like, bro, you know how we can win? How? We just got to focus. And then I turned the corner, killed 2 dudes or killed 2 bots. Because we were playing bots.
Yeah.
Killed 2 bots.
And I was too drunk to play live.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, focusing works. And I just focused and I killed
We
two guys.
were playing Black Ops too, and that
Yeah,
one, yeah, we
yeah,
weren't playing
Black
Modern
Ops.
Warfare, yeah,
Oh,
because we were playing it on grind when that happened.
Modern Warfare was grind, yeah. But when that happened, we were playing regular team deathmatch. We had the point
No,
limit up to
grind's-
300.
Grind's
it
not
was
Modern
3.
Warfare.
Yeah, grind's on Modern Warfare.
No, the map grind.
Oh,
skate park.
okay. I thought you were talking about the...
No, not the gameplay.
Yeah, I thought you were
the
talking
actual
about the game.
map.
Yeah, okay. I
That's
gotcha.
Black Ops.
Yeah, I got
So I'm like, I remember sticking a fucking shield from Torque in the middle of a fucking
Okay,
ramp.
yeah. Now I know what you're talking about because the most recent time we played grind was a game mode in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it was.
On shoot house.
Yep. So yeah, 2 dicks.
2 dicks.
2 dicks.
That seems very
That seems very doable.
yes.
Oh, dude, it's
I
easy.
mean, 11 months
11 months.
I mean, literally, that is 1 dick
every
every
6
6
months.
months.
every 6 months. Well,
Well, 6 months.
5
and then
months and then
Five and a
6.
half.
So however you want to
5
divide that. Yeah, you got till you could all go all the way to July, or you could go wait to June, and then you have till December, or you could go from July to December, depending on how you want to divide your 6-5 year.
Well, seeing that I got 2 dicks compliment, I'm going to make sure they're the best dicks ever.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
I'm thoroughly.
Now I'm hurt.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, well, it's going to be easy for one. He's got one. And then he's like, I'm going to find the 2 best ones. Like, did you just shit talk your own fucking dick?
Well, see, in his defense, it's not his fault. He didn't shit talk his own dicks. We said dicks. That could easily be interpreted as a dick that's not your own in terms of those standards, even though we said you could compliment your dick. But because he didn't do it to fulfill his
Yes.
resolution to stay on with Flatlands, the podcast, because he didn't do that, that's what led to the ultimatum of the Instagram
True.
post
True.
for complimenting other dicks. So he already, I guess that's how he interpreted those rules, that it has to be outside dicks. In a way, I get, we can't really blame him for it.
True.
But then he said the best dicks, and I know how my dick is. It's definitely, I'm like, 2 dudes, dude, we're both right here, bro. Nice cock, you know, like boom, right there.
And none of your like
And then-
last time where it was interpreted either as a compliment or an insult.
or just
With the whole, I can't believe it's on me. Now, are we going to say that it has to be real dicks, or are we also going to include silicone in those strap-ons and shit like that?
We just said dicks. And also, too, how does that... Well, now think about this. Now, Josh, I had to ask you your interpretation of the word, of the thing. When he said dicks, could that... Do you think, at the way we have described this whole thing so far, do you think that could also be misconstrued as to complimenting people whose name is Richard, but they go by Dick?
We did just say dicks.
Yes,
Yeah.
but at the
You
same
can
time,
also
though, we
compliment
did...
Dick Sporting Goods
I could.
because it's still a dick.
There you go. But
And I can
multiple
compliment
ways.
an asshole who's a dick.
There you go.
Exactly. See,
But the thing is though, but we did say how many penises have you complimented? We did say that. We did.
Yeah, you did.
Say
You did do that.
penises before. So,
yeah,
but when the rules
And the
were
whole-
officially like Instagram post,
yeah,
I think most
There's
people though would
loopholes.
infer penises though.
true. And since we've implied it already,
Yeah.
yeah, it has to be a penis,
I think
Oh.
not an asshole, not a sporting goods store.
I think even the court of law, they'd be like, it's reasonable to understand that dicks were referencing the phallic organ of a male human. I think that would have been something
Yeah,
that the courts
yeah.
would easily find.
especially with all the evidence from past episodes. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. You're right on that. So yeah. So unfortunately, no, you cannot compliment Dick Sporting Goods. I don't know why you'd want to, anyways. They're dicks.
There are.
Mhm.
So
More ways than one. And so, yeah.
That's a good way. Got any pet peeves? No, I'm just kidding.
There's a way.
I can think of one for him, and he's gonna hate himself for it later because he's over here eating Rudy's turkey.
Yeah, but I can edit that out. So
Still
it's not while I'm talking.
true.
But I like the way he said, got any pet peeves? Just the way he said it. It wasn't like,
It's like goldfish.
hey guys, so here's our our
Let's
pet
go get the
peeves.
deck of cards out. Let's play Go Fish now.
Yeah, so it's not like you started. So we got every single person has pet peeves.
Yeah.
What's
So-
yours?
Yeah, but
No.
he's like, got any pet peeves? Go fish.
Goldfish, motherfucker.
No, my pet peeve is people using questions in the style of "go fish." That is,
I did not know that was one of mine personally until today. So thank you
Yeah.
for helping me discover
Hey.
a new one.
If I can help you out, I'm good for the day.
hell
Help
yeah.
One person a day,
Yeah.
learn new things.
He's still trying to get them Christmas presents from Santa Claus. He's trying to stay on the nice list. He's starting early this year.
Starting
Yeah.
early, got to get
Might-
ready for
might
next
as
year.
well, dude. I mean, Santa probably, if he looks at it, out of 52 weeks
Mm-hmm.
in a year, and 3 of those weeks you weren't that great, but you started on your 4th week, or actually no, technically this would be the 5th week. 'cause
Yeah,
we're-
this is the end of the fourth.
yeah. So You did 4 weeks, and then you have that, right?
Mhm.
So if we take 52, we subtract 4, that would lead us with 48. Not lead us, but leave us with 48.
Uh-huh.
That's 48 weeks left in the year. I think Santa, I don't know the guy that well, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know
Never
how
met
he-
him myself.
but those 4 weeks over 48 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
He
I
might be.
think it would outweigh the.
But
The 4
depends on
weeks.
what you did, though, I guess, in those. Because someone in one day could fuck up their whole life. So, I mean,
This is
Pretty
true.
much.
This is very
Yeah.
true.
Pretty much.
I know one we all have.
what's that?
The jackasses we live around who can't fucking drive.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
I'm on the loop. Now, I'm not even late for work. It's just, it's annoying as hell because it's like you're driving and I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like going the speed limit because I always, when I'm on the access and I'm going up the on ramp,
Yep.
I get to speed limit speed before I get up
Like
there.
you're supposed to.
Yes. And the only time I don't is when people are in front of me or some shit, or it's
Uh-huh.
clogged up that day because there's a wreck on the loop or something like
Yeah.
that.
When there's a wreck, everything shuts the fuck down.
Unless it's that shit. Most of the time, I get up to speed and I merge over and I keep going. And when I'm on the loop and I'm going, I'm gaining on a bitch fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the fuck? Or I'm still, or even if it's not fast, it's noticeably I'm gaining up on you. It's not like
Oh yeah.
you slowly gain up on someone. It's like, okay, I am at a reasonable pace within like 30 seconds. I'm going to be on you.
Yeah.
You're going fucking slow. And then other people around you go slow. You're like the only one going the speed limit and you're in the radius around your car that's safe to move over lanes. You're the only
Yeah.
one going the speed limit.
Right.
So you can't move over. So you're fucked. And then that's when you have to slow down for that slow bitch. But the person in your lane next to you is going faster still than that bitch.
Right.
And then other people are starting to go the speed limit behind them and you're now going too slow. You can't even fucking move over.
And then
Yeah,
you're
I hate
stuck.
that.
What I hate is when you get in the passing lane to pass a car
Mm-hmm.
because they're going slow. So you're going to pass them. Suddenly, right when you get just enough to where you can kind of like get over,
Mm-hmm.
but not fully, you still want to, get up a little bit more. And then all of a sudden they start to speed up.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
you're like, what the fuck? So then you speed up a little bit because you're like, nah, bitch.
I actually had that problem coming back at work one time. I ended up going through the next town over at 100 miles an hour because the fucker kept speeding up with me.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you fucking jackass. Well, I finally hit 100 miles an hour and they started to back the fuck off. I'm like, yeah, your Tahoe ain't outrunning this fucking Mustang.
right.
One thing that annoys me about highway driving, though, is the people who do, and you decide, you know what, fuck it, I'm not gonna fight them. You know,
Right.
or they speed up they went up to the speed limit. Fuck it, I'm just gonna move over and get behind them again.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like fuck it, whatever.
I've done that.
Maybe they were looking at their phone. Maybe they didn't realize they were going underneath, and they went, oh shit, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
But then you move over, they slow down again.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like they don't
yeah.
they don't know what a cruise control
Yeah.
is. And it's like when my cruise control, my old car broke and stopped working and then randomly started working right before I traded it in.
Kind of like your Bluetooth.
Yeah. Right.
And
Because I remember that phone call. Dude, it fucking worked.
my Bluetooth. It's like I could actually use my phone in my car again.
All right.
Without having to, literally how I would do it if I was calling anybody, I'd put my phone on speaker on my shoulder and I'd be driving like this, with my shoulder slightly up.
That
and shit
explains
like
why it
that.
always sounded a little off.
Right.
Yeah, because
Now I know.
or why sometimes you told me my voice went because when I'd look
Yeah,
over to turn, I'm looking at the phone, then I'm go back to driving straight, But that's what I had to do. Even when my cruise control didn't work in that car, I still would be like, all right, cool, I'm going 75.
Right.
I slowed down to
Because for people
73,
who
but I'll
don't
go back up
know,
to
Texas
75.
highway speeds are 75.
Yeah.
Not like Oklahoma where they're 60 fucking 5 slow ass
Mhm.
bitches.
But like I'm going, and sometimes I'll be like, oh shit, I slowed to 73. All right, cool, pick it back up. Oh fuck, I'm going a little fast. All right, cool,
Right.
pick it back. But most of the time,
You stay in a range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't take.
You stay within 5 miles an hour of the.
Yeah, and most of the time it wouldn't be that hard. I'd eventually just relax my foot. Like once I get 75 and I hold my foot there a little bit and I see that I'm staying at 75, relax my foot in that one spot. My foot's just there and I'm going 75 with my foot still on the gas.
Yeah, because if you position your foot just right, the weight of your foot will hold.
Yeah, we'll just hold it in that
perfect,
one
yeah.
spot. Yeah. So, but then other people are just like, they're going 70. Oh, now they're going 9. Oh, now they're going 60. It's like,
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah.
all
what
over
the
the place.
fuck? Mm-hmm.
It's all over the place.
Like they'll zoom past you and you're speeding.
Yeah.
For
Oh, yeah.
example, like
Which
sometimes
is me all the time.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm driving on the highway, I'll go 83.
Well, only 83.
Well, sometimes I'll choose 83, like as a
Sometimes
cruise
when
speed.
it's raining and it's not like really bad, but people freak out because the roads are wet.
Yeah, but see,
I still go like 85.
well, see, I don't really go like 85. I don't go 10 over, but that's like my cruise speed though. You know what I mean? I may go faster than that, but that's typically, instead of it being 75, I have it at 83 and I'm just cruising at 83 because it's an easy, quick tap of the brake and I'm right back down to 75.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to do that because if a cop's running radar and they notice that you hit your brake, they're more likely to pull you over because then they know you're speeding.
Yeah, but also too with my car, I can turn it off too without having to hit my brake.
True.
So my current one
course,
now.
DPS SUVs only have radar on the front. They don't have radar on the back.
Yes.
So
Duly noted.
as long as you're coming up behind them, you can slowly slow down and they won't fucking notice.
Yeah. I could be going 83 and this dude's gonna vroom right past me.
I've had that happen a lot.
Move over and be like, all right, that motherfucker's easy. Like he just went past. He's easy going 100. Easy.
I've literally had a van cut me off on the highway at over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, because see, like it'll be zoom like that. Like because you're like already going almost 10 over the speed limit anyway, and they go past me like I'm setting. So they're at least going high 90s or at least into the hundreds, easy.
Oh yeah.
And then they move over, and next thing you know, you're having to go past them because they just
Randomly slowed the fuck down?
yeah. And it's like, okay, it'd be one thing if I eventually did catch up to you, but it was on. Like if you were like, oh fuck, I'm going 100, so you slowly slow yourself down,
and you just like cruise down to the speed.
To the
You just
speed
turn your
limit.
cruise off or you're letting
so
your
it's
foot
not
off.
yeah. So it's not like you move over, I see you tap your brake or something like that, and it's like, okay, and now I'm here on you.
It's like, oh
Right.
shit.
Yeah, because like if I do that and I go really fast, especially if I pass some guys that are already going fast behind me,
Mhm.
I'll slowly, like when I was going to
Your grandparents?
when I was going to my grandparents for Thanksgiving, I was needing to get off an exit because I was going to go to take a pit stop real quick. And I was going to take the next exit coming up, but I passed these guys. I'm going fast. These other dudes have been going 90 on my tail the whole time with me. And I got another dude going like 90 right in front of me.
Yeah.
So we keep going. And I'm like, fuck, I need to take this exit soon. So I don't tap on my brake for them. I with my foot still on the gas, gently like move myself down a mile per hour, like every minute or something like that. So that way they can have time to pass me. I'm still going the speed I would want to go. And then I don't miss my exit because I'm going too fast and I have to slam on my brake and shit,
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And my biggest other problem on the road is the fucking 18-wheelers.
well, I've had some that were actually cool that I've driven by.
I've had several cool ones, but I hate the ones mainly like the cattle trucks.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go 80, 85 when they're empty,
Yeah.
and then they'll tailgate the fuck out of you. And it's like, dude, really? Especially in a Mustang. Their headlights are right in my fucking mirrors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, shit, now I can't fucking see what's going on because I'm fucking blind. Or the idiot who didn't pay attention to street signs and came at me on the wrong side of the highway. I've had that happen.
Yep.
That was, something doesn't look right. Oh, shit. Whoa. Yeah, I've had that happen too.
Had
Here
that
in
happen.
town.
had
He was
that-
leaving town and I was coming
Right.
into town.
Had that happen to me on the highway.
So we both have that in common.
Yeah. Driving home from, here one night, late at night. It was probably like 2 a.m. Heading back home.
Oh, that's when they like to fall asleep and go,
Yeah. Heading back home. Well, on major highways, they have the median in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So we're all driving. It's like me and like 3 other vehicles. And the next thing you know, I see headlights in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah, there's a big median there.
Yeah.
It should be a little
Yes.
further.
So we all kind of like pull over onto the shoulder and we notice this guy's driving towards us in the passing lane. So I'm like,
you
okay.
would think after a while with the reflectors
exactly
here being red, or
Yeah,
if you're going the
and-
wrong way.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
they're not red for the whole distance, but
No.
they're because they take off reflectiveness on the other side, but they're at the point of entry to it, whether it's
Most of the time on the highways I'm on, they've made them all red on the backside. Now,
see, most of them I haven't
that's
seen that.
if that fucking county puts reflectors down.
Yeah, but a lot of times they'll put those red reflectors.
And they'll put them at least every fifth one.
Yeah, but they'll put the red reflectors, a lot of them in a row anyway, usually by points of entry. So like whether it's from a side
right
road
next
or
to
a farm
the
to market
big
road.
do not enter signs and shit like
yeah,
that.
Right.
That's when they usually put them there.
And then
So that
they'll
motherfucker had to ignore all those. But also too, where he was driving at. I mean, I guess if he thought he was on the correct side of the road.
But the stripes would be white, not yellow.
Yeah, on the left hand side.
Yeah,
would be white.
you're right.
So
And it
that's
would-
another indication
and-
you're on the wrong fucking side.
And
No, it
the-
may not be the wrong side to him though, because if you think about
But-
it, if it's a regular,
but-
he's in the
But
passing
what
lane.
beats that is if he's in the passing lane going on it, he thinks he's in the
Yeah, he
the
thinks
driving
he's in the
lane.
correct lane.
But
yeah.
he's got
So
two
his-
lanes across the
His
median.
the shoulder for the median is tiny, versus
Yeah.
the shoulder on the main road is like big enough for a vehicle.
Yeah. And the right lane, the shoulder's big enough to pull a car over, but in the passing lane, it's not.
Yeah, it's like real tiny.
Because you're not supposed to pull over on the left side of the road.
Right.
But at the same time, he's got two lanes across the median of traffic possibly passing him or him passing them. So how does he not notice that there's two lanes to his right going the same direction as him?
Granted,
And then he's got two sets of headlights coming right at him when somebody wants to pass somebody.
Hey, but at least it's not like some people I have seen here in our hometown. I don't know if they came from Europe, they came from England or whatever, but they think that sometimes where they drive is they're in
Oh yeah.
Europe. It's one thing if the street is
I've seen
completely
a truck on I-20 on the wrong side of the fucking highway, going the full speed limit too. Yeah, and I-20 is not a dead highway.
Yeah.
You know? When it crosses the entire fucking state,
Mhm.
there is no way you don't know you somehow went up an off ramp. It's surprising there was no cops, and the county I was in has a shitload of fucking cops.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Or you got the people. I noticed more here in town that I've seen the occasional few people that are driving around. Oh, it's nighttime, but screw it. I'm not having my headlights on or any lights on at all.
Yes, those people annoy the fuck out of me. It's like, how do you not know? Like, I understand in certain parts of town, it's bright enough because there have been times.
Yeah, there are places where the lights are bright enough.
Yeah, with my old car, like my current car, if I can turn my headlights off, but they're automatic, so like the way they work.
Yeah, I leave mine on auto all the time just so I don't worry about it.
But if I manually turn them off and I move the dial, it automatically moves back to on. So they're off, but it's on. If that makes sense. So when I turn my car off and turn it back on,
it automatically goes back to auto.
Goes back to, yeah. So, but my old car was that regular, you move it, that's where it stays.
That's what mine is, yeah.
Yeah. So once I've had it off, didn't even know that my lights were off.
I've done that too.
Because I was somewhere, I don't even remember exactly where I was, kind of more, I think, by the university area. So it was much brighter in that area. So I didn't even realize my lights were off, Yeah. So I'm like, okay. But when I got to the parts of the street that they have less lights on, where there's more shadow.
More distance.
Yeah.
Or the road's wide enough because we stagger them. Like, you'll have one on the left and then next one's on the right, and we'll stagger them like that.
Yeah.
That gap between them plus the width of the road. Yeah.
So doing that, I'm like, it seems really dark. Like, oh shit. But then when you're on the highway, I've seen some people on the highway with their lights off.
My biggest problem on the highway is people who have trailers and don't know that the lights are off on the trailer, and it covers their taillights.
Yeah.
Or for some reason, a lot of newer cars every now and again, I'll notice. And when I say newer, I mean within like the last 4 or 5 years, new.
Right.
For some reason, their backlights don't work. You'll pass them and their headlights will be on, but their taillights will not be working at all.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Or you got the people that they have one headlight out, so in order to not get pulled over for having a headlight out, they turn their brights on, so that way one light's super bright and the other light's like.
And then you pass me like, oh shit, fucking hell.
The one I was on the phone with you, and I was just getting home, and I told you that Silverado had his brights on.
Hey, you didn't tell me it was a Silverado. I remember you going, why the fuck are your brights on in the middle of the neighborhood?
So in a Silverado, right, the way the lights work and shit, when the brights come on, it's another light that comes on along with
right
it.
below the headlights.
Yeah. Well, when I drove past him, I didn't say it to you initially, but I was thinking about it. I was like, only the bottom lights were on. I'm like, that means both of their top lights
are out.
Are completely out. Their headlights.
So they're intentionally
blinding people because
they're too cheap to go fucking buy 2 light bulbs for like $5 a piece.
Right.
You go to fucking Walmart and buy LED lights for every car. Spend the $5 fucking bucks. Place your fucking headlights. Don't blind everybody.
In my apartment, every single light is LED.
Your apartment?
Every light. Like that you turn on with a switch.
Oh, yeah.
Except that one that I can't get out.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
The one where the whole socket turns with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'll try to replace that light for you when you were gone. When you were in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm the reason your kitchen lights are LED, actually.
This is true.
So your round ones are LED now? You finally got the adapter to change those out to LED?
Oh, those?
Yeah.
No. I was talking about in my actual physical apartment.
Well, you had that one round one at the door.
Oh, that first
outside,
one?
Yeah.
The outside? The outside of it, or right at the door?
Right inside.
Oh, that one? No.
Okay. I was going to say. Because I know the maintenance man there was wanting to get the adapter so he can turn them into LEDs because he's tired of replacing light bulbs every couple months.
But speaking of my apartment, though, I'm still waiting for it. But they accidentally messed up and they charged me $90.31 for water and sewer.
They're probably just going to credit your next.
Well, no, because I called the office and they told me not to pay it.
Oh, okay.
Until it gets fixed. So I'm going to.
But they are the people at your apartment, since I'm moving back over there, they're very, very nice about working with you there.
But hopefully I don't get a late fee for it.
Oh, they won't do that to you. You do actually know that if you say in every lease contract you have with them, if you need a couple more days because of whenever you get paid, they'll actually waive all your late fees one time every contract period.
Very well.
Because I had to have that happen one time. And they're like, oh, yeah, we can do that for you.
Yeah, so I might, if they do, I'll be like, hey, can you guys remove that? Just because I looked at it and I'm like, that is way more than I pay. That is literally close to what I
That's almost your electric bill.
Yeah, but that was almost what I had paid when I first moved in before I got, the re-up discount.
Yeah.
So, and I got a pretty good one at that too.
Yeah, that's what I did when I had my re-up.
Yeah. So I'm
because
like,
even adding a garage, it was still ended up being cheaper than what I started paying for.
But see, I'm like, all right, cool. So that is there. I don't like $90. I'm like, what the fuck? And
yeah, you sent me a screenshot and I was looking at it. I mean, I just woke up from a fucking nap, but I'm like, sewage. What the fuck? Is he shitting that much?
Well, also, too, because the way the water works in the apartment, they divide it evenly amongst all residents.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
Nope. I actually talked to them. They can tell you if your toilet is running constantly before you notice. Every apartment has its own meter.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they divide the whole entire cost over, unless you overly use. At least that's what they had told me as well. They divide.
When I talked to them, your water usage is specifically your apartment. They don't divide it amongst everybody. The sprinkler system that's throughout the complex pays for it, not you. Your apartment there, they actually charge you per apartment. They don't divide it evenly.
Huh. I thought they did.
They can tell you if anything's leaking in your apartment before you know it does. So yeah, you learned something new about your own complex.
Well, see, I knew about the whole...
I've talked to both the manager, the assistant manager, and the head maintenance guy, and all three of them have told me the same thing.
Very well.
And that's after somebody in that complex before, I think right before you moved in your building, called the fire department because their toilet was fucking leaking.
They told me not to pay for it, so I might still go ahead and pay for it.
Nah, just take the $90 off.
Yeah,
just take your total and go minus 90 and pay it. They're gonna remember.
Yeah.
Hell, the manager called me the other day because apparently they're having somebody else wanting a 3-bedroom there as well. And since I hadn't paid my deposit yet for it, she called me first. I hadn't even put in my application for it yet.
Oh, speaking of that, when you put in the application, can you say that I recommended you?
They already know I used to live there. It doesn't help, remember?
That's dumb.
Yeah. I would if I could, but they're like, well, you've already lived here, so...
Yeah, but that'd be cool. I would like that
that's just
$500
it.
off.
I have not put in the application yet, and she called me going, are you able to put down a deposit? So, well, I've got to pay rent this week, but I can do it next week when I get paid. And she's like, okay, I'll let her know. I'll let the assistant manager know that you'll be here on the 7th to pay for that. Like, okay. I haven't even put in the fucking application yet, and they're already like, okay, just give us the deposit. I'm like, okay.
Very well. So when are you moving?
Depends on when they get it done. What the assistant manager told me was she was going to work with me because I used to live there anyways, and they had no problem with me before.
Right.
They are going to try to get me the key sometime after the 15th, and they're not going to pay me a prorated amount like they normally do.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to waive that, so that way when the first comes around for March, I'll just pay rent like normal. So I'll go from paying rent at my current apartment to that apartment without any in between.
Very well.
I just have to pay the crazy expensive deposit for them. Because my complex only charges $100 per bedroom. So for my 2-bedroom, it was only $200.
Yeah.
For you, it was what? 3 something?
Think.
For me, there it was $500 for the 2-bedroom. It's $650 for that 3-bedroom. But when I move in there, I don't plan on moving out for a while.
Damn.
What's another pet peeve of yours, Josh?
Yeah.
Another pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Yas, bitch.
I spilled barbecue sauce on myself.
People who
Barbecue
spill
sauce
shit
on your
on
titty?
themselves is a pet peeve of
I got
mine.
barbecue sauce on my titties now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
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 You said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets where that's from.
No, I don't. Please do explain.
So there I was. Barbecue sauce on my titties. It was on a vine.
It was on a line.
Yeah.
It was on a vine, and then later
No.
put in Orange is the New Black.
No, that vine was because of Orange is the New Black.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, no, didn't Vine go out before Orange is the New Black? Or did it died after?
No, Orange is the New Black. It was
I still have yet to finish that fucking shit.
Same here. But Orange is the New Black is was
the origin
hot
of
thing.
it?
No, it was a hot thing at the time Vine was out as well. So a lot of people were quoting Orange is the New Black.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where that's from. Yeah, a bunch of prisoners were gathered together, female prison. They were talking about barbecue sauce and titties.
Right.
So there you go.
Mhm.
You have now been informed.
I have.
I love both learning stuff today.
We're learning everything. The more you know.
The more you know.
And then you need that weird noise as the rainbow thing goes across.
Yeah. So Josh.
Another pet peeve of mine
Yeah.
is complainers.
Karens.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
Oh,
Pretty much.
complainers. I didn't hear the
Complainers.
I just
That's
thought
what
he
she
said.
said.
The planers?
Yeah, I thought he's
So
like.
you don't like machines that smooth out wood that's a little
Yeah.
wavy?
I
Okay.
was like, what
No.
the fuck? How do you? What don't you like about planers? I don't get.
Do you
it.
even use one?
Fucking the fuck. I got.
It's like, I'm gonna do this fucking shit by hand. I hate that fucking machine over there.
Old fashioned.
But no, we're talking about Karens.
Karens. Hate
Okay.
'em
Karens all the way.
What makes you not like Karens?
because they're Karens. Just
Are you
don't
talking
like
about Karens like the one I saw a video of earlier? Actually, it was on TikTok. Where no, was it on Instagram? It's on one or the other. But she threw her Starbucks drink at the manager of the store who was just sitting there eating food at the bar. He wouldn't even mind the counter, and then demanded a refund.
They haven't seen
Talking
that
about
one
people
yet.
like
I
that.
haven't seen that. But I think
But yeah,
probably yeah.
that would be in the same
People that are
classification.
crazy as fuck.
Yeah. I actually follow a page on TikTok called Public Freakouts. There's actually one where this lady was in the drive-thru for Burger King demanding for her money back, and they're yelling at her, going, "The building's on fire. You need to move." She's like, "I don't fucking care." It's like, the fucking building's on fire. You ain't getting shit. All the employees are outside.
Right.
And then she's on
That's
the phone
true.
with somebody, and she gets out of her car yelling, cussing them out. And she tells the person on the phone, "I want my money back," and they're not giving it to me. They're claiming the building's on fire. And you can tell by what she says next that they said, "If the building's on fire, why are you still sitting in the drive-thru?" She goes, "I just want my fucking money back." So yeah, I understand what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah, you find a lot of
Have
them
you
at
seen-
Starbucks.
Yeah, I know. You seen the one video where the two guys are in the truck and they're going to the drive-thru, and I don't know if they're getting a drink or a milkshake or something like that. They honk the horn real loud as the guys hand it to him to, just to scare him.
Oh yeah,
Well, it startles him, and so he goes and he just like chunks the drink on the driver,
I would probably have done that too, to be honest.
and then of course they drive off laughing and stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, he
Yeah,
deserved it.
Yeah, that's also one reason why some restaurants and fast food places have two
drive-thru windows.
drive-through windows. Yeah, so you have to pay before you can do something like that.
Right.
Yep.
Or also, too, that's also why they ask you to pay first before.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to take your debit card and then hand you your drink, so you feel like you're getting something while you wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't always do that.
No. I've gotten all
Sometimes
of them at the
they'll
same
pay.
time.
They'll take my card. I'll pay for it, and they'll hand me my card back, and then I sit there. And then they'll go, "Okay, here's your drinks. Here's your food." I'm like, I just sat here for 20 fucking minutes. You couldn't give me my drink because I'm fucking parched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, and sometimes you'll get a dumbass waitress that will take your order.
And most of the
And
time, they're
then-
named Tammy.
Yeah. And then you'll get your food and you still haven't gotten your drinks yet.
God, no.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
remember him telling me that
Yeah,
fucking story. He's like,
fucking
how the
hell.
fuck do you get your food
I am not-
before your fucking drinks?
Unless some
Yeah.
shit changes, I am not going back to Buffalo Wild Wings here in town.
At
I
least-
am not.
at least
Like,
not
that
on
Call,
that
was,
one.
call Arby's and complain.
Call Arby's.
Arby's owns them.
no,
Oh,
no.
really?
Yeah,
They-
which is weird because you never see anybody at fucking Arby's,
All right.
and then they're like, "We're gonna buy B-dubs nationwide." Bam. It's
But
like,
here's the thing,
the
though.
fuck?
Here's the thing. Arby's couldn't do something 100% directly that
Nope.
fast.
No, they couldn't.
Because the ones here in town aren't corporate.
No,
They're
they're franchisees. Still.
Yeah, so
Which doesn't matter. You still have to go. If you want to call corporate, it's going to be the same
But-
corporate office for Arby's.
But
now,
what's
Yeah.
stupid about these being franchised is whenever you're on Facebook and you see the little offers like, well, on this date we have
Yeah, from
this cheap
Buffalo's
beer or
themselves,
something
yeah.
like that. Or
Yeah, it's
this
like-
deal.
or the commercials
50
and
cent
shit.
domestics, $2.
Yeah, and then you go up
whatever.
there trying to do it, and then oh, we're franchised, we don't honor that deal. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's why in the Fine Brand the bottom says available
Yeah,
at participating
exactly.
locations only.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
gay.
Which is why
Yeah.
most places do it anyways. Because like I'm not gonna like if I owned a franchise, I'm like whatever deals they come out with, I will fucking honor that shit because I'm
Right.
not dealing with the headache of a fucking Karen going in. Well, this says this. I'm like you
Right.
fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I would be that manager. Like the fucking video of that lady who fucking throws her food at the manager at McDonald's and he chunks a blender at her. That would be me as a fucking manager. I'm like, fuck you.
Right.
See,
Give me shit. I'll give it right fucking back.
But when we were at Buffalo Wild Wings, one, they sat us at a not that clean table
Yeah, wasn't clean.
at all.
I don't think I've ever sat at a really clean table and
But-
beat up.
but-
No,
still,
no, this
but
is like
this was
someone
like-
people just got up.
Yeah.
oh, you're
like
like,
they-
literally. Oh well,
And
hold
the
on.
thing
Let me
is,
take
too,
the
Busboy
cups.
hasn't even gotten
yeah,
there yet.
Damn.
there was a fight that was happening that night, but when we got there was before the fight rush came.
And they still couldn't clean your fucking table up.
No, so they wiped down our table for us while we were standing there, but I found out the seats were dirty because when I got up, my pants tried to stay stuck to the
Oh,
seat.
you wanted to get up, but your pants said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so besides that, which was obviously bad,
Yeah.
when I was like, when we waited forever for the waitress to finally come and take our order. When she did, she took our drink order and we were already ready to go ahead and just order because of how long it fucking took them to even come take our drink order. And so we ordered everything at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We're waiting. People have sat down after us. They have gotten their drinks because they had, well, one table got their drinks before us and they sat down after us and it was the same waitress.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know
other
which waitress
ones-
didn't get a fucking tip that night.
Yeah. And the other ones, they had different waitresses and they got theirs, but they were still sat after us. And it's like, what the fuck? We got our food. All right. Our food came out and the poor girl that gave us our food asked me, do you guys need anything else? And I just look at her and I'm trying to be nice, but Josh said I said it very snarky and kind of rude.
Knowing you probably would have because you've been
And-
sitting there going, I'm thirsty. What the fuck?
Yeah. And then I'm like, no, we're just waiting for our drinks.
Yeah.
And she's like,
What-
okay.
Wasn't it a different? Didn't you tell me it was like a different waitress too that
It was,
brought you your
it was
shit?
yeah. So she had, I guess, knew nothing of it pretty
Yeah,
much.
she was just
Yeah.
bringing our food to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like our drinks and the way she was like, you know,
Yeah.
the fuck. We finally got our drinks, but it's like, and we didn't, no refills, no check for a refill. Like they didn't check for it at all. But by the time we finished drinking it, we were already done eating.
And then we go to Roadhouse. Roadhouse, we got there. Where do you think we got there right after the rush?
Yeah. Right after.
It had to be because once we got in, there was no silverware. So the guy that took us to our table said, "Your waitress will bring you your silverware."
Which
And the hot
usually
rolls.
happens at Roadhouse when they're in the middle of the rush and at the end of the rush.
Yeah, because they have that bin right there when you walk in when
Right.
they grab your
Yeah,
Yeah.
they grab your
but,
silverware.
and it was empty.
Yeah, it was completely.
Somebody was failing in their job. 'Cause
So, but
and
also
there
too,
was no
but-
hot rolls.
yeah, but with the reason
the
we,
fuck?
no,
hot
there
rolls.
was none.
I would have been
And-
like, bitch, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, like, I've been to Texas Roadhouse in the middle of a big rush, and they're always thin on their silverware. Then
Because
at the
the
end
owner
of a
of
rush,
ours is fucking cheap as
well, that,
shit.
but at the end of ours,
Take your own fucking knife.
yeah.
I have a Benchmade pocket knife for a reason. Which, by the way, I fixed it. I got it fixed.
Oh, yay.
See, they only had to clean it. The spring wasn't actually messed up,
Ah,
so we can actually play our game again now.
I love this knife.
I do too.
There's so many memories with this knife.
I know. We're you and me are the reason why most of the paint on the blade's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played lawn darts with it. We played whatever that other game was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I got it fixed finally.
There we go. But yeah, so usually towards the end of the rush, since they're having to, usually that's when you start seeing all like the bus boys and
Yeah,
stuff.
you see the
guys,
bus boys over there grabbing it.
frantically
A ton of them, and then they're
Yeah.
like,
rolling them up, you know, and because that's usually toward the end of the rush, and during the rush, they always have two tables they don't ever give out to anybody because that's their rolling tables, you know.
yeah.
So, but those guys weren't there, but they had no silverware, no hot rolls, like he said. We sat down.
I don't know if I could have gone to Roadhouse without fucking hot rolls.
We got our drinks, you know.
Hey, you got them before your food though.
Yes,
Yeah,
but we had to get more peanuts.
yeah, because we didn't have no peanuts.
No peanuts, which again, probably the end of the rush. That's fine.
Yeah, because
You
that
know.
bucket's not very big. If you have
Yeah.
a rush, yeah.
So it's like, okay, so we got more peanuts.
Did you
A
actually take the
drink.
bucket to the big barrel and go?
No,
Oh, that's what I.
they
would've
handed us a
done.
whole new bucket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Got more peanuts. And then we got our drinks. And then we got our food. But we got our food, but we never got our silverware because our waitress never brought our silverware. So,
Probably used to already.
yeah, because we didn't ask her because we thought, oh, she's going to come and she's going to see that
Right.
we don't have any
Silverware.
silverware.
You know how unobservant most people. Have you seen how unobservant like my mother is?
Yeah, I know. And my dad. But
Your dad's worse
Yeah.
than my mother.
we're like, okay. So we asked her for that. It took her forever to come and bring it to us.
Yeah,
And then she never checked on us at all during the entire meal.
yeah. And I asked for hot rolls, so she finally brought us some. Because I was like,
Damn.
I'm here at Roadhouse. I'm eating some motherfucking
The
hot
worst
rolls.
experience I've had is with you. They didn't bring us your potato skins
Oh, yeah.
until
yeah.
like after the fact.
Yeah.
And then
I
the
remember
second time that I had a problem there, they overcooked them. But the guy that we had as our server was like, "I'm sorry, they overcooked them. Do you want them or do you want us to wait?" And you're like, "I'll go ahead and take them." And then he still brought us a better
yeah,
batch.
I was like, okay, which I'm glad he fucking did.
Yeah, but even he worked faster than the other time because I remember that one time you're like, "We still haven't gotten my appetizer," and you literally got it and then go, "I needed to go box for it," and dumped it into the go box,
Yeah.
closed it, and we walked out.
Because we got our steak and everything before we got my appetizer.
Mm.
That's supposed to be before the meal.
Right.
But I've never had for some reason this experience at Texas Roadhouse felt like it was worse than any of the other experiences at Texas Roadhouse. Because I think it's easy to overlook some of that stuff when everything else is top notch. So, oh fuck, they didn't bring it to us, but hey, it's cool. Especially also too, if I know I come in during a rush, you know, I'm like, all right, cool.
And see, I can kind of understand why she didn't see the silverware thing because it is kind of dark in there.
But where we said it was it was close to the bar, and it was in that.
Oh no, But even then, you could have moved it.
But
because I've seen people take it off the table and sit on.
It was the worst experience I had in Texas Roadhouse, but it's not enough. Like, even if it was technically equivalent, except for like the tables were clean, but if it was like somewhere to the equivalent of
B-dubs,
I'd understand more because they literally just got off the rush.
B-dubs, you still hadn't had the rush.
Yeah, the rush hadn't hit yet. Nothing. There was a fuck ton of empty tables. So, and she wasn't serving anyone else other than us because we were the first one in her section. So it was like, all right, cool. You don't have that much to do.
Yeah.
But at Texas Roadhouse, it didn't leave a bad taste in my mouth where I don't want to go back. You know.
Yeah.
Because that I can understand was like literally at the end of like the silverware thing. I understand because it's at the end of the rush.
Right.
So,
and knowing that owner is kind of cheap and he doesn't want to buy an overabundance of stuff and he doesn't like to update it as much as possible, I kind of forgive. I mean, their company truck is still like a 93 F-150, okay? So, surprising the bitch still runs. But yeah.
The only thing is that Texas Roadhouse needs a new location.
It does, but he's not going to move it.
I don't even know why they chose that spot to begin with anyway.
Probably at the time it was a decent spot, but now probably just cheap too. I don't know.
Because probably cheap because it was not Sam's, Sprint, and also that hotel were already at their respective locations, and Texas Roadhouse built in between them.
Yeah.
So
probably just cheap.
Yeah.
Of course, remember that time you and me went to Logan's?
Oh yeah.
We actually did that. We did that 2.5 mile run or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy's like, why?
Yeah.
And we're like, we don't know.
Like we're like, he's like, so what do you guys want?
We actually were running?
Yeah, we got a big ass steak. And he's like, you guys look tired and sweaty. He's like, yeah, we just finished a 2.5 mile run. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself?
But remember the family that came up?
Yeah.
Fucking, what was it? Black man and his wife and like their Hispanic son-in-law or whatever, or daughter or whatever.
Yeah,
it was an interracial family.
Yeah, and they had white Karen. I think was the mom.
No, she was. There was no white people there.
There was a white person.
I don't think there was.
There was.
Either way, their waitress walked up and she went to go take their order, and they only asked for water because they were still waiting on like 2 or 3 more people to show up.
Right.
Well, she walks off. The father, the older man of the group, gets up and walks up to the host because they put him at the table right behind the host stand, and literally. He asked for a different waiter because he didn't want a waitress. So then they got our male waiter to go wait on him. So he brought them their water with the help of the girl that was doing it.
Right.
And then, what was it, 10, 15 minutes later?
They just got up and left.
They got up and left, and he bitched at the host saying, well, we never got waited on. And all their drinks were sitting there right there, and they kept telling them, no, we're waiting on other people to show up.
Right.
And they up and fucking left saying they didn't get waited on. It's like, you fucking bitch that you had a female waitress.
Right.
Get a waiter, and then bitch that you don't get served when you're telling them, no, we're still waiting on people to show up. Like, our waiter told us all of that, and we're like, the fuck?
That's stupid.
So we're just like, yeah, no, can I get a Dr. Pepper? And here's my order.
Because to me, that came across as sexist, and then they already kicked the girl off from being their waitress, which I obviously didn't make her look like she felt good from that. No. She hated that because you could just tell by her expression. It's her only table at that point.
Right.
And then he walks up and does their thing, and then literally they just get up and leave and say they didn't get nothing. It's like, the fuck?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I hate people like that.
Oh, so do I. Entitled motherfuckers, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't give a fuck who you are. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't act like you're fucking entitled. Don't act like you're fucking entitled around me at all.
Be like that guy that drives around town in a Lamborghini SUV and still goes to Cane's and apparently is really nice. So,
see, that'd be me. If I was a multi-billionaire and I just had a Bugatti, I'd still go to fucking McDonald's.
I can see you showing up in your Lambo.
Or in my Bugatti, you see me at Sonic. Beep. I fucking use the app. I don't talk to people.
No. right. Half price drinks if you use the fucking app all the fucking time. Yeah. But no, it's not going to be beep. It's going to be
stretch.
Beep.
That's one thing I do like
remember,
about
a Bugatti and a Lambo can go under the beam that blocks you from going in and out of parking lot.
That's true. Yeah.
So you're going to be stretching up.
Well, see,
Can you imagine pulling into an apartment complex to see a friend that's gated? Beep, beep, beep. Shit.
well, see that's one thing I do like about my current car.
Yeah, you just stick your hand up.
Yeah, because like with my current one, like my old car, I would have to kind of reach slightly up.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that much, but slightly up to use my fob or to do the keypad or
And now
whatever.
it's slightly
And
down
this,
at a
and this my
comfortable
car,
level.
my current car is pretty much just like straight out. Just doop, there we go,
Yep.
which is very very nice and convenient when it's raining because I can just boop beep, got it, and then go in
Eventually, you won't have to do that anymore.
if they install it.
They are updating the system. It's just costing them $5,000 to do it
Yeah. Oh,
because their system.
I'll
is
believe it
10
when
years
I
old.
see it.
Right. Hey, if it wasn't for me though, they wouldn't have done it. I'm the one who put that idea in their head, and the cop that lives there,
Mhm.
he's the reason why the back gate doesn't get fixed.
Why?
Because he says he likes it better at night when that gate doesn't work. So that way there's not two entrances in and out.
It's so annoying though.
Imagine what it's going to be like for me when I literally the back gate is open the gate, drive in, and I'm parked at my apartment when I move back.
Yeah, because then you're gonna.
It's literally gonna be right. I
You have
have
to do
to-
the whole S
And then if it fucking pours down rain, I've got to go through the fucking river.
Yeah.
Which I told them, why didn't y'all build that road up and have the water go under your head?
That's what I've been thinking the whole time. I'm like, what? You guys still could have made it parking. You could have kept it 100% straight and put like holes underneath it.
Yeah, and they
The
could just
drainage
float,
holes.
float underneath it.
Yeah, and it's like you still could have made that
Of course,
parking.
the drainage in that center field right there, that's going to be
Mhm.
between our buildings.
Yeah.
Those didn't used to be there. I was talking to the manager about that, and she said, "Oh yeah, before I became the manager here, those weren't there, and it was actually even worse. And it actually would flood every now and again if it got a lot of rain.
Yeah.
They would flood the edge apartments because it would
Mm.
just flow up, and then So they put those in so that it would help drain it out.
That's definitely a good thing.
I just wish they would have raised that road
But
up
see,
when they did that.
the thing is, though, I don't understand why they did it that way. I get kind of the aesthetic
Well,
of it.
the name
but
has
the-
creek in it.
I know. That's what I'm kind of thinking, but at the
But
same
it goes
time,
to the dog park.
I know, dude. I have footage on my phone after it rained so bad. A fucking Tahoe, and I'm talking one of those with the huge ass fucking tires, way too fucking big
Oh,
for.
Tiny dick
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Tahoe.
Yeah, it was one of those, and it was like a 1993 Tahoe body. Anyway, and it's
Oh,
like,
so it's a yee tiny dick.
yeah, so it's like fucking jack the fuck up,
Mm-hmm.
and water is literally touching
The bottom of the door.
of the door,
Fucking shit.
and you just see all
And they
the
expect me
water
to drive through that
rapidly-
shit on a Mustang?
Yeah, you see
Imagine
water.
the cop.
Yeah, that's.
Because he has a fucking
I
Mustang
know.
for his cop car.
But see, in that area, it's where it all like rapidly drains through, and you get that one parking lot that's really low, which I think is
Mhm.
really stupid.
Well, actually, technically the two, because the one that's going to be beside me on both sides is low. The one at the end of your building?
Yeah, no, but I'm still talking about that one area by the dog park.
Oh,
That
so yeah, that
park-
parking
yeah.
lot? Oh, I thought
That's
you were talking
really
about that other parking
But-
lot for some reason.
If you look on Google Maps,
Parking lot. It's more of a
Yeah.
driving path.
it's a driving with parking spots on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
Well, you're talking to just literally a parking, lot.
yeah. When you look at the Google map
Mm-hmm.
or Google Street View, sorry, of that area before it was built,
Mm-hmm.
it's literally just a block with nothing on it. There's not even a thing at all for drainage to run through it. And at first, I thought maybe I
They
get that.
intentionally put that in.
Yeah, that's intentional. That wasn't a thing that
I
that
still don't.
city planners did,
Then why the fuck do they still make the road go down instead of keeping it up?
unless they redid that to make that for it to be drainage. Because that area has flooded really bad notoriously in the past. So
True.
it could be a thing of, hey, you build this here, you guys let us build kind of a waterway through the
Go in the
complex,
middle of it, and then
so that way this whole area can drain faster because it's a more direct route to the lake.
have to be something like that. But even then, the road on both sides floods too.
Yeah,
So it
I know.
doesn't matter.
But I mean, that could be part of it if you think about it.
Because
'Cause,
all the roads right there fucking flood.
Well, also too, the one in front of those two buildings and next to the complex across from us. I think 53rd. I think.
Yeah,
That one right there. That one floods a lot.
yeah.
That one does. It's
That
like,
road does a lot.
Like it was so bad to the point when I had my other car that you couldn't see the curb. There was enough water over the curb that you could not see
Yeah.
the curb. Like you couldn't see where it was kind of.
I'd always
maybe
go down
slightly
the
underneath
dead
it.
center of that road.
That's what
'cause
I was
The crown's
doing.
always high enough. But
Yeah.
see, I've gone down the other street, the cross street right
Mhm.
there. And I actually went through the water one time when it was raining so bad that I swore my headlights on my car pretty much went out because there was so much water pushing up in front of the Mustang.
Dude, that's how
And
it was
killed
when
my,
I was.
it damn near killed my light. So I stopped in the middle of the road. I was like, okay, let the water settle for a second. And let's hope it doesn't suck up too much water. I'm going to throw it in reverse. I'm going back home.
See,
And I put it in reverse, sat there, listen to the car. Like, didn't die. Slowly. Let's hope it doesn't shift in the second. Because if it shifts in the second, I know I'm flooding this car out. And I just backed it all the way back up at like 2 miles an hour back into the complex. Got in that little parking lot at the front office where there's no water in it. Like, okay, turn around and go forward.
Let's see, for
Also,
me,
when I lived at the front fucking gate.
yeah, for me, it was when I was going down 53rd when it was that high where literally there was probably maybe an inch or two above the curb.
Yeah.
Driving through there, having to go around a guy that was going too slow.
I
And
hate
I'm
that
like,
too on that road.
because I'm like, you're definitely going to get yourself flooded out because you're going way too slow now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like, I'm just keep on pushing through. I'm not going that fast, But I go around them. I remember seeing water like over, like every now and then, just over the hood. But when I lived at my first apartment, though, the road that goes right in between my apartment and the school that was right across the street,
that road.
Yeah, there's a spot right before you get to the interstate. There's a spot on that road that floods really bad. It has a big ass dip.
I know where you're talking about.
And I remember I knew about it, but I always forgot where exactly it was. And it rained really, really bad.
So you did what I do sometimes. Drive down the road like, shit, bam.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
But with this one spot, here's the unfortunate thing, okay, Josh?
Yep.
Where that big dip was, there was another dip right in front of it, but it was really, really small. It was like hardly a dip. But it was enough that when it rained a lot, it collected water. And it was night when I went through it. Or it was really dusk or something like that. And so the street lights were already starting to turn on and everything. And it was still raining and shit. And then the actual deep one is right behind it.
Right.
So I slow down thinking the first one's it and go through and be like, all right, cool, I made it through. And then start speeding up. Second one, water over the hood of my car, like up it, and then a little bit onto the windshield.
Right.
Before when I started to pull back out. And I'm like,
there's been a couple times.
fuck.
There's been a couple times when I had the key to the armory here, get in the back door. I'm like, can I just go get a fucking Humvee?
Dude.
And then I got to thinking about like, no, because there's so many flooded spots between here and there, I wouldn't make it.
Well, does this flood really bad over in your neck of the woods?
Not really.
I was gonna say,
I mean,
my grandparents lived there.
The roads will get to where, you'll be driving and then on the sides, you'll see the water kind of go. But as far as up to the hood, no.
The only time it really floods there, I think, is that lake on the south side of town.
Yeah.
When that lake floods, it floods the road pretty bad. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think it does because my grandparents lived there, and never really did.
Nah.
No, but when it floods here in some streets here, it floods.
We actually closed some roads.
Yes. Like
And our drainage system is supposed to prevent that, and it doesn't do jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on that one road.
Yeah.
The freeway?
Yeah, the road.
Yeah. The freeway is really bad. Of course, they also dug it 20 feet deep
Like,
in the middle of nowhere.
if you keep driving that way and you just keep going, it's like floods. Horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Also, too, the road that the studio is on.
This one right here, yeah.
Yeah, this one floods really bad.
It floods really bad.
I remember it when
Actually,
we got that
at that intersection, it floods really bad.
Yeah.
And then
the next intersection,
is really bad. No, the next intersection doesn't really that bad.
Well, it's still, but if it's enough to really
actually no,
flood
the next
this
intersection
road,
does. The intersection after that does not because
that's the overpass.
Yeah, the
there
overpass.
and shit.
Then that stretch after that really bad.
And
all those houses right there actually have to have flood insurance. It's actually required.
Well, even our church is still on the same road. It flooded all the way up into that before.
They actually every time it rains now they sandbag the front door.
Mm-hmm. Because you never know if they see in the forecast it's only going to be light, I could see them just going, okay, we'll watch. Yeah. But if it's going like we're expecting a big dark red to purple band to come over.
I've actually driven by the church
when
one of those happened, and they actually sandbag the entire covered area at the front.
Yeah,
the front doors. They'll sandbag about 6 to 8 feet high, right there. Well, not 6 to 8 feet.
I was about to say that's really.
Yeah, I was gonna say
high sandbags,
like 2 or 3 feet,
preparing for war.
Yeah, right. Like 2 to 3 feet right there. And they'll like go all the way up the side, around the column, and across the front and down the next column on the outside. They'll sandbag in front of the 2 side doors, and then I think they questioned one time to actually see if they could sandbag the entire street side of the building, because every time it does flood in there, that's where it tends to come up because it goes under the wall.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, right after the current pastor got there and he put in the new flooring that he's got in there now, it actually flooded so bad in that area that the water level actually went into the church and all the way up to the platform. And literally right before the platform is where the water line stopped. So the offices and everything in the back were fine, but all that new carpet from the platform to the front door, which is what, a good 60, 70 feet, just covered in a couple inches of water.
See, because
that was like, what, a week or two after they put all that new carpet in.
You remember the 100-year flood we got?
Oh, yeah.
I remember the night that the 100-year flood happened, okay? I was a sophomore in high school. You'd be a junior.
Year. No?
Yeah, you'd be a
junior.
junior. You're 1 year above me.
2.
You're 1.
No, because it's me, Mark, and then you.
You graduated in
10.
I graduated 11.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or was it me, you, Mark?
No, Mark and I were the same.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody. I thought it was 1, 2, 3.
No, Mark and I are the same. He's older than me, but we are in the same grade.
That's right. Age-wise, it's me, him, you.
Yeah.
That's right.
But anyway, it was my sophomore year in high school, playing a football game. Okay. My team was shit. We sucked very bad. And, but we're at the high school football field. You know, the varsity high school football field. Because here in our town, we have multiple high schools that have their own football fields on. But that was before they
Unless
also
you have
did
the one named after the town, then it's 3 blocks in front of it.
Yeah. But if you, but this is also before they paid for that big renovation where all of them now have turf and a nice field.
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit.
When we actually voted in to give the school system like $2 million to update everything.
Yeah.
And that's why a bunch of middle schools now have fucking tracks and nice football fields on them and all that shit.
Yeah, that's why, and that's before then. It was all still grass. So we were playing there at.
My high school always had turf when I was there.
Oh yeah, you guys were one of the first ones to do.
Yeah, yours didn't though.
Because
when I was there, it was turf.
Yeah, because they were finishing it at yours. Yours was the first one to get it.
Yep.
And then they started doing it at mine because it used to have this fence that separated the practice field area from the actual football field.
Yeah, and our practice field was always grass.
Yeah, they started to tear down the dividing fence.
Yeah, because the only reason why I remember that is when they put turf into mine because they redid mine when they added that new section when Texas switched over to having 9th grade in high school instead of in middle school.
Yeah.
That's when they redid that because they went ahead and just did all of it at one time.
Yeah.
Because they added in that parking lot, that extension to the building, and then they redid that.
Yeah, because they did it the summer of my 8th grade year, because I remember playing 8th grade freshman football at your high school and it was still grass.
Yeah, because they actually.
So that means they did it your freshman.
I was the first freshman class in the school, so they actually did it the summer before I started high school.
Yeah.
So between my 8th and 9th grade year is when they did it.
Yeah.
And that's when they did it because I remember it didn't used to have a track around it, and then when they put turf in it, they put the track around it.
Well, it did have a track,
but
it wasn't
good one. It wasn't like
it is now.
A very nice one. It was a
same
very
at my high school. It was the same way. Yeah. But that was before they did it on ours.
Yeah.
So we're at the main varsity football stadium. So we're playing there.
Isn't y'all's separate? Y'all's varsity one? Don't y'all have one next to the school and then y'all have one up the road a little bit off?
The one next to the school, that's softball, and the other one that's up a little bit is baseball. But all football is in that stadium that's by your parents.
Well, I knew that, but I was talking about, don't y'all have that y'all have a football field next to the school?
The football field's attached on school property. The softball field's across the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember y'all have that one field that's got y'all's name and everything all over it.
Yeah.
But it's not anywhere near the school. It's
that's the baseball field.
Okay.
But anyway, and the only reason that's there is literally because when the school was built, those houses and shit was already there. And that highway was there before it became the freeway.
Because y'all already had that field there, that's why they put the ag stuff. I think that's right there, isn't it? Like all the ag stuff for all the schools right there too in that area.
No, I think that's more close to downtown area. Yeah, it's off
that as a highway.
Yeah, close to downtown area. But anyway, for like in that vicinity.
Yeah.
But when we were having to play there, the drain system on the field stopped working. So we're playing and
everything's fine.
Yeah, it started and that's when it started. At first, it kind of started raining a little bit, but then it was like, okay, it's raining. Okay, it's still raining. It's still fucking raining. And also,
one of the few times it rains and we don't get a fucking lightning storm to go with it.
But also, too, that week leading up to it, we got rain all week.
Yeah,
so the ground got oversaturated. Anyway,
yeah,
so
it was already oversaturated. Yeah. So as soon as it rained, it just
made it. Yeah, it made it perfect for flooding. It's kind of like the same idea as you can run a water hose in the yard.
Right.
And once it starts to where that water's not soaking in anymore, it starts to flood,
Yep.
So it was the same thing with us. And it just started getting more and more because that drain system could not handle that amount of water.
Mhm.
Just getting more and more. And I remember above my ankles, we were playing in water
Whew.
on that field. We left, we were soaking wet, driving back to the school. We took this road right here next to the studio, driving
Ugh.
back to the school.
Worst one possible.
I remember
Why don't you take the next one down?
because that's the one we turned on. Because at first it didn't look
Because y'all are
that
closer
bad.
to the other one.
Yeah, but it didn't look that bad. So we turned down there. I remember looking, but also almost every street was like that anyway. It's just happened that one's even worse. Because
Wasn't that right before they put in all that drainage?
before they
shit, too?
revamped everything.
put the drain thing in every fucking lake that they
Mhm.
put too low in the ground on most of them, I feel like, because they
that
dry
one
it
had
like
some
that.
of them, but not all of them. Not all of them had that drain. Because I remember by my parents, the lake by my parents' house,
they didn't have that.
it had the drain.
Oh,
But it
okay.
flooded so bad, it literally flooded all the way up. Because, like, when you're going down like where my parents live, and you know how to take that back way
Oh yeah,
in there? Well, that one street that goes straight to the lake,
Mm-hmm.
water was all the way up to that street.
Yeah,
All the way up it. So it was pretty fucking bad.
yeah.
But we were driving in the school bus, and I remember looking over, tons of vehicles stopped. And the school bus is tall enough that it didn't dive
Yeah,
from the water. We were doing this around cars, just going back and forth around vehicles. And I remember looking at cars and watching us rock them because of how much water was like because
Yeah.
of us. It's like, fuck.
I've gone to a hellstorm in military vehicles like that, where everybody stopped because it was coming down. At one point, it got down up to like baseball size.
Mm-hmm.
We're just driving our military vehicles around cars that stopped. We're starting to back up out of the storm. And it actually the only reason why I remember it got to baseball sizes is we were driving on the road and you could see the hailstones bounce off the road in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't hear your passenger in the fucking truck because it was so fucking loud.
Yeah.
But one of my friends actually had one crack the windshield when it hit in front of his face while driving. And then somebody else, the driver's side door, as she was driving it, it shattered in her lap. So we had to hurry up as fast as we could, which military vehicles on the fucking highway don't go past 50 fucking 5.
Mm-hmm.
We then had to go out of the storm and stop so she could clean the glass out of the fucking truck and have the maintenance people hook it up to the tow truck and tow it the rest of the way so she wouldn't have to be sitting in that seat. I've gone to a bunch of crazy shit like that. Now it's just a bunch of fog most of the time
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
rain. Thankfully, we don't flood quite as bad on the highways around here.
Yeah.
But it is time.
It's
Say good-
time.
It is
Once
time to say
again.
It's
goodnight.
time to say goodbye.
And don't be telling that sad fucking music this time.
I'll see you again, my friend.
Now he's got to do a melody to that.
Thank you, everybody, for watching
Watching!
Watching.
Wow.
Oh.
We are not on YouTube yet for that.
Foreshadowing. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Flatlands, the podcast. I'm Jonathan.
And I am Steven.
I'm Judge.
We'll see you next time.